Okay, we're going to do foundations.
Yes. All you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens, we are back. And we are going to be finishing this stream on an upswing at a wonderful evening filled with magic, because I bought one of these Magic the Gathering Foundations Jumpstart Booster boxes from 2024. There is one anime inspired card in every pack. My understanding is you can take any two of these packs, shove them together and make a deck and play a match. And unlike the original Jumpstart, which had the themed lands, this took after Jumpstart 22, which has the anime cards, which is what drew me to this pack. I really like anime art, so I'm really looking forward to that. My understanding is that there are packs, like a bunch of different themed packs that can occur at different rates. You're guaranteed one rare or mythic, but those are obviously a lot harder to get than the common boys, which we are probably going to get a lot of. I imagine we're going to get something with elves. There always seems to be something with elves, but that's okay. I like elves. I have nothing against elves. Elves are fun. So without any further ado, I'm going to take off this plastic, which is an eyesore and is barring me from my shiny new things. Nail action. I'm going to be cat-coded now and just throw things on the floor. We are, like I was saying previously, prior to our little break in the stream, going to...
It's the power of anime on our side, Orange.
Going to open the first 4 packs and use those to face off against each other in an epic final showdown, which will conclude our stream. Why am I so bad at this, Jeremy? Oh, there we go. We got there. Okay. I'm going to set it up like they do in the stores. Like they do in the stores, Jeremy. This guy is in the set. So is this guy. I think they're both commons, but that's okay. So welcome to Jumpstart. Let's jump in. First, grab 4 Jumpstart boosters. In each one, you'll find 20 cards, including lands, that are designed to play well together. Each Jumpstart booster has a theme card on top that will give you an idea of what's inside. It also tells you the color. You and a friend each choose 2 Jumpstart boosters to build your 40-card decks. Then open them, shuffle, and you're ready to leap into action. So, these are the first 4 packs. Jeremy, are your hands clean?
Yes.
You're gonna.
I'm all sparkly because of the. I have to fix the what's it called?
Green
You know what I'm
screen.
trying to say. I had to fit the chroma keys all messed up because it was geared towards you.
All right. So, these are our 4 packs that will serve in our match. I think because it's my box, I should get the first pack. But that leaves 3 more packs, and we'll decide as we go along who's getting which pack before we open. You ready?
Yes. So am I getting the second one?
We haven't gone that far yet. Let your queen have her pack.
Oh, this is your first pack.
Clerics, which are black. I think the thing that's interesting about Jumpstart, which I don't see with other Magic products, is they put the cards in plastic even though it has the outer seal. Like, they don't do that with anything else.
It's probably because they're pre-packaged and then they sleeve them into the packs, because that's how they know they're not individually packed, the cards, because they're a set sequence of cards.
That's true. All right, so we have clerics is my theme. So we have, oh, I did it backwards. Okay, now I know for next time to open it the other way, but I have Tabarax, Hope's Demise, legendary creature, demon cleric, flying. It has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more 1/1 counters on it. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Tabarax. If that creature was a cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, you lose 1 life. Null Priest Oblivion, second rare in this pack, kicker, 3 and a black, lifelink menace. When it enters, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then we have the sorcery, Revoke Demise. Bonecaller Cleric, which is a really cool looking human cleric. Dark Bargan, Agonizing Siphon, Archfiend's Vessel, Disfigure, I'd rather not, Eerie Soul Tender, Coma's Faithful, Elf Cleric, Lifelink, when it dies, each player mills 3 cards. Scion of the Swarm, it's got a lot of big B boys with it. Flying, when you gain a life, put a 1/1 counter on Scion of the Swarm. Skemfar Shadow Sage, a lot of elves. When it enters, choose one. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. That would be very great in Lathril, because you have a lot of elves. You gain X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. I might actually put that in Lathril after we're done playing here. Thriving Moor, Swamp, Swamp, Swamp,
I've been fussing with the camera this whole
Swamp,
time.
Swamp, Swamp. So which one was my anime card? I feel like I had trouble with this last time, figuring out which one was the anime card.
Some of them are not super obvious.
Yeah, I actually don't know which one it is. I looked at them again and I was like, maybe Jeremy can figure it out as he's sleeving. I feel like it might be this one, but I'm not 100%. So Jeremy,
I'm forced to shrink myself to make myself fit on the camera properly.
do you want the second pack?
Yeah, let's go with the second pack.
Okay. Was that a wise decision, Jeremy? Second pack is bloody. So I think you're going to get a lot of vampires. Here are my clerics. Obviously, you don't need to sleeve the theme card. So
You have to pay attention to the chat because I can't see it.
Oh. I have, with the power of anime on your side. That is true, although I can't identify the anime.
Wait, so you don't know which one of these is the anime?
No, I looked at them and I was like, it's not immediately obvious which one the anime is. We learned last time that this is the side with the rares, so we're going to open from this direction. We got mountain.
Some hotties in here.
Yeah, there are some hotties in here. That's another thing I liked. I feel like a lot of the time Magic doesn't have any hotties, and this one had some hotties. So I was like, gotta do it. Thriving Bluff. That's always what they play in these guys. Like that land to cover the other type as long as you didn't get Rainbow. It's always a thriving something. Voldaren Epicure. I love how they call it J25, which is why everyone calls it Jumpstart 2025, even though it came out in 2024. I just need to say that. Someone needs to say it, and I said it. We've got Voldaren Duelist.
Yeah, but wasn't there already a Jumpstart 2024?
This would have been it.
I thought there was another.
2022 was the last one. The last one that had like a year name in it. Voldaren Ambusher, Vampire Archer. Stolen Vitality. I remember this card because I've seen it in your card piles, and I get creeped out by it because he got a creepy face. We've got Soul Seer. That sounds painful. Neonate's Rush. Falconwrath Celebrants. Getting a lot of vampires. Very good for Markov. Blood Petal Celebrant. So this is the card that appears on the theme thing. So here she is. Blood Petal Celebrant. It has first strike as long as it's attacking, and when it dies, create a blood token. It's an artifact with pay 1 to tap to discard a card, to sacrifice this artifact to draw a card. Then we have Belligerent Guest. Sounds rude. Blood Feud. Evora. Insatiable Air. This is the anime card, as far as I know. It has Trample. When it enters and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. Whenever you discard a card, put a 1/1 counter on Evora. Or at least she's new. I can't remember if she's just new or if she's the anime card.
Is it marked at all that it's an anime card?
No, I think you're just supposed to look at it and be like, yep, that's anime. That's definitely the one.
Anime is a very broad topic.
That's true. Falconwrath Marauders, Flying Haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put 2 1/1 counters on it. So if I can't counter that card, I lose in 10 turns.
Yep.
And so here's your bloody deck. Do you want number 3 or number 4? Should I sandwich you?
You can pick.
I think I want to sandwich you. Maybe I'll regret that.
So I'm gonna be the next one?
Yeah. Elves. Called it.
Honestly, the two decks that you just pulled would have been good together.
They would. But here's elves. I think I'm going to get Lana War elves.
I was literally just saying that. So I'm sandwiching, so that means I'm getting that one?
Yeah.
I was just saying I want green.
In your head.
Yeah.
You didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, in my head, I was saying I want green because
Forest.
I'm hoping for some ramp and then use the red to kill.
Thriving Grove. I have to say, like,
This is a very creepy card.
I freaking hate that card. I like all the lands. I feel like it has a lot of really nice stuff. So this will be good. Like the reason I mentioned elves previously is because I just made a Lathril deck, but only with what I have lying around. So I was hoping I would get some things in this set that would help me iron out that deck because I was missing like Elvish Archdruid, which is like a really good standard card for elves, which comes in this set. And there's always elves. There's always elves. Paradise Druid has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Add 1 mana of any color. Overcome. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. That's not bad. Ivy Lane Denizen. He doesn't look elfish enough. Hunter's Edge. There's some elves I look at. I'm like, are you sure you're an elf? Like this one looks like he has like a robotic chainsaw. Like look at this guy. Reach. Whenever High-Rise Sawjack blocks a creature with flying, High-Rise Sawjack gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Europe per guide. That one we have a lot of copies of. I don't know why. Jeremy has like 20 of them. He pulled them when he was younger. But that's okay. This one looks evil. Arbor Armament. Lana War Elves. So this is the anime card. I do like the new printing because I never liked like the original Lana War Elves. I feel like it looked like too angry masculine. You'll see it when I pass it along. Wait a minute.
You could show it to the camera though.
Oh, and this is like the new, like everyone wants this one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go.
You're terrible at that.
I am. There. I'm really bad at this. We've established that. This is the one that everyone seems to want. I didn't think it was that good. Like, I didn't think it was worth the amount of money it is.
How much is it?
It's like 2 something. Elves you control have whenever this creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it and put a 1/1 counter on it. This ability triggers only once each turn. Like, it's not.
It turns all your mana dorks into double mana dorks.
But, so that one's probably going in Lathril. Voice of the Woods. Tap 5, untap.
That would be really good in Freyalise.
She doesn't have as many elves, though.
She makes elf druids as literally her #1 ability.
True. Tap 5 untapped elves you control. Create a 7/7 green elemental creature token with trample. Tyver Kell. Planeswalker. I believe I have this one. Oh, it's interesting. Add black. Yeah, this is why it's in Lathril. Elves you control have tap to add a black. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target elf, untap it against untouched until end of turn. That's +1. 0 to create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token, and -6 you get an emblem with whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste until end of turn and you draw 2 cards.
So for me, that's basically, it makes it colorless. Because it's going with a red deck.
But we got some cards like I think would be good in Lathril that I can swap out, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm really excited about that deck. I made her and Igra recently because I did have a food synergy deck in addition to the food and fellowship precon, which I have a lot of fun with. Like I played Igra after we drew it from Bloomburrow, and I think I had the most fun I've had playing Magic in a while. I just think she's a really interesting commander because she fiddles with food. Like she's just always hungry. She's very me-coded. She's a cat and she likes to eat stuff. And so I made her after dismantling the Madame Vastra and Jenny deck I made. Not that I don't love them, but I think like Igra would be the better commander for the food. I got a white guy.
Also allows you to swing in and untap your stuff after you swing in that card.
So we'll definitely fiddle with Lathril. I'm hoping eventually we'll do a face-off, maybe on stream, maybe not on stream, between her and Lathril, because I think it'll be a good matchup. Both Golgari. But I got armed as my next theme. So I am black and white. I am the balance and the force, and you are not. That's all we need to know.
Yours is going to blend better, I think, because you have some stuff that keys off gaining life.
Okay, like, now they switched it. So I don't know if you noticed, but I took out the bottom card, and that was the rare. and this was the common. So they trick you. They don't keep it consistent. Y'all saw that. I just wanted to point that out. So we have the Faithful Pikemaster, which is a Rhino Monk Soldier, which appears on the cover right here. Right there. And then when he enters, I get to scry 2 as long as it's your turn. Faithful Pikemaster is first strike. Danitha Capuchin Paragon, anime special visitor, new art. I love this card. I think she's a very versatile card. I like having her. First strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, aura, and equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It would be fun to make an equipment deck with her. We have Plate Armor, Ancestral Blade, which allows you, upon its entrance, to create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then attach Ancestral Blade to it. Equip creature gets +1/+1. And equip is 1. It has a little blemish in the B. I don't know. Here. Whoop. But whatever. Divine Arrow, Fencing Ace, Hex Gold Hover Wings. That's too many words. Lights the Way, Militant Inquisitor, Cleric. It's going to build with my Cleric deck, guys. Saw it. Mirren Bardiche. I don't know. Pacifism. Thriving Heath, Plains. And then you saw it. For some reason, the rare card was stuck after the lands. That hasn't happened before. It's a Core Artificer ally, Stonehaven Outfitter. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever an equipped creature you control drives, draw a card.
Whenever it drives? Does it have a license?
Yes, it has a license, Jeremy.
You can pass me those. I will sleeve them.
I think I might lose that because he has some big hitters and flyers, and I don't have a counter for that.
But I feel like your stuff synergizes fairly well. You have some flyers in the black.
Did I?
Yeah, I thought so.
I forgot them already. We got another elves. I think we're going to see a lot of elves because...
I thought we were just doing 4.
Those are the ones we're going to fight with at the end, but I'm going to open the whole box.
Oh.
Yeah. No, only open 4. You think I'm going to wait much longer?
Then why don't we just play with the 6 if we're opening them anyway? Then
we'll do it at the end of the box, the last 2.
Okay.
All right. So we have another elves. I feel like the good stuff's going to be down there. I think this is one of the commons. So I think the commons have 4 different variants with some repeat cards. So are you... So we have lands here. So they didn't do it again. But that's okay. I forgive you.
So you're starting with the rare side?
No. It was just that one pack. I think they mispackaged it or something. We have Thornwield Archer, Reach and Death Touch, Tajaru Pathwarden, Overcome. So we're seeing some different cards from our elf. The other one, Lanaweller Visionary, nice Monodork. Dwynen's Elite, that one appears all the time. Bounty of Skemfar, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put up to 1 land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and up to 1 elf card from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Band Together.
Oh, we don't have enough sleeves.
What, you should have 2 sets. Oh, yeah, we only have 100. So maybe what we can do is we'll have the option to swap one of the decks in, or one of them in for another one if we want to. We got another Llanowar Elves. Dionys Elvish Archdruid is back. Razorgrass Invoker Vigilance, pay 8 to have it and up to 1 other target creature get +3/+3 until end of turn. Go forth!
Venture forth.
Choose 1. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, or target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Marwyn the Nurturer. This is going to be so great. In Lathril?
What it do?
Whenever another elf you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Marwyn the Nurturer, tapped at an amount of green equal to Marwyn's power. That's going to be great. We can make adjustments to my deck after this. This is going to be so great. So we're seeing everything but blue at this point, which I think happened a few times ago too. This one's Landfall. This might have the cat in it.
Landfall? I do love me some Landfall.
I have a mono green Landfall deck that we should show the people one day.
We also can
But
add stuff to what is Landfall deck?
after me.
Well, yeah, but
I have the sticky string stuck to my fingy. Okay, get off. We have the cat in this. That's going to be amazing.
which cat are we looking for?
Scythe Cub. Scythe. I think it's Scythe Claw Cub.
The Scythe Claw Club. The newest club.
Evolving Wilds. So that's different. That's an extra land. Snapping Gnarland. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Snapping Garland gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Snapping Gnarlands.
Skyclave Pickaxe.
I'm trying to
Kazandu Stomper.
setting up for the play.
Harrow. I thought we were just going to play on this side.
You're gonna play on one play mat?
I guess we won't share. Bite Down. Baloth Woodcrasher. Whenever a land you control enters, Baloth Woodcrasher gets +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn. Adventure Awaits. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, draw a card. Sutina, Speaker of Tajaru. This is a new card. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Whenever it attacks, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Undergrowth Champion. If damage would be dealt to Undergrowth Champion while it has a 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a 1/1 counter from Undergrowth Champion. Landfall. When a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on it. Lotus Cobra. Whenever a land you control enters, add 1 mana of any color.
That's a good card. You probably have it in your other deck.
I think I have it in Titania. But not bad. Didn't get my kitty, but not bad.
It would be good in. I think I already have one. if I'm not mistaken.
Goblins. I'm not interested in goblins. I wonder how much blue we're going to wind up getting. Mountains. Weaselback Redcap. Shock. Open Fire. Goblin Researcher. Brute Strength. Fisher Wizard. Volley Veteran. So the guy that was depicted on the theme card, which I just now twisted this deck into the High Holy Heavens. Krenko's Command. Battlecry Goblin. He's actually a really interesting card. He appears here on the top box. So this fella. Pay 1 and a red. Goblins you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Whenever Battlecry Goblin attacks, if you attacked with creatures with total power 6 or greater this combat, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. General Crete, the Boltbringer. This is obviously the anime card in this one. Whenever 1 or more goblins you control attack, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. Whenever another creature you control enters, General Creer, the Boltbringer, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Goblin Surprise. He looks like a little evil monkey man.
Not little evil monkey man.
And then Dropkick Bomber. Yeah, we don't want a little evil monkey man. So we've opened 7 so far. I don't think we're doing super great in terms of value, but I think we're getting like a lot of like really useful cards for decks.
You can hand me your things and I will stack them up over here.
But why?
Because I have a second screen now that can display all of the sets that we've got.
Off the coast, we got our first blue, guys. I like that they're making pull tabs. Like, if you're going to make me do the extra work, make this easy for me. I have to say, some of my favorite things about Magic are like the lands. They have really pretty designs and things. If only all of Magic could be as pretty as the lands. There's our Thriving Isle. Lonely Sandbar enters tapped out of water, and it has cycling water. Yarok's Wave Crasher. Tide Pool Turtle. Sigilled Starfish. I feel like that's a really pretty little card. Shorecomber Crab. This is actually a vanilla card, which I feel is like not something you want to see at this point in Magic.
Oh, cool. This card I'm never going to use.
Yeah. Purple Crystal Crab. Omen of the Sea. That looks really cool. Enchantment. Flash. When Omen of the Sea. Thassa? Flash. When Omen of the Sea enters scry 2, then draw a card. Pay 2 and a blue to sacrifice it and scry 2. Capsho Kite Fins. Run Ashore. Starlight Snare. Rat coated. Gilded Scuttler. That's actually kind of cool looking crab. Delightful Discovery. 1 rare. Plagon, Lord of the Beach. So this is the anime card. It is a rare. When it enters, draw a card for each creature you control with toughness greater than its power. If you pay a white or a blue, target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power this turn. That actually wouldn't be bad in the wall deck. But it's only for 1 card, which is the limitation. I think we've been most excited about Elves and Landfall so far. But definitely hoping to see more blue. There is a new, unicorn with lifelink and also a food themed deck. That would be good. Oh, dinosaurs for Igra. This might have Galta. I think Galta appears in this set, the Primal Hunger one. Forest, very pretty forest. Forest. Farm Grove. Okay. Thundering Spineback. Thrashing Bronchodon. We have so many of these from Ixalan. Savage Stomp. Rampant Growth. Getting some actual ramp. Giant Growth. Drowsing Pteranodon. Drover of the Mighty. Remember that card too. Commune with Dinosaurs.
I'm back to being able to be heard again.
Colossal Dreadmaw. Armored Kinkiller. Kincaller. Sorry, guys. Saurian Symbiote. It's a fungus dinosaur with reach, and when it enters, choose 1. Put a 1/1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. Galta, Primal Hunger.
Hey.
This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. Trample. I don't think that version of the card's worth a ton, but I'll take a Galta. Big stompy boy.
36 cents.
36 cents. Soaring, flying.
I feel like Flyers is one of those archetypes that if you got it in a Jumpstart match, it would be rough to deal with because you're probably not getting a lot of stuff to answer it.
Yeah, well.
It's just like if somebody goes and gets a good draft and they get a lot of Flyers, they could just run through even if the cards aren't great just because they fly.
Yeah. Warden of Evos Isle. This is a Bizzard or a Bird Wizard.
A Bizzard.
Mm-hmm. Flying creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast. Trial of Knowledge. Tide Skimmer. That's a Drake. Shorecomber Crab. This is back.
No, Drake was from Primal.
No, I love how like the theme was soaring and we have a crab. That does not soar in any way, shape, or form.
It soars to my heart. That's the thing it's funny because that's the card that's on the coast.
I know. Majestic Metamorphosis. Owl Familiar Flying. When it enters, draw a card, then discard a card. It's a burb. Gust of Wind. Cartouche of Knowledge. Yeah, these are new. Aura Cartouche Enchantment. You enchant a creature you control. When it enters, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. That's how they're giving the crab flying with that card. Aerial Guide, another Drake. Sinette Jelly Drover. This is a really cute card. I'm kind of happy I got her.
I wonder if that's the anime card.
It is the anime card. I see what you did there. When it enters or dies, create a 1/1 blue jellyfish creature token with flying, because, you know, they fly now. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1.
Let me see.
Hold your freaking horse. Starlight Snare. Cavalier of Gales, Elemental Knight, Mythic. Our first mythic card. Flying, when it enters, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. When it dies, shuffle it into its owner's library, then scry 2. Oh, yeah. Healers. Healies for your feelies. And then
let me see those too.
Get off my fingy. Planes. I always feel like planes don't look like empty enough to be a plane. I've always pictured them as these wide open expanses, like with no trees. And the planes in Magic have trees. Kabira Crossroads. Enters tapped. When it enters, you gain 2 life, and you can tap it to add a white.
Interesting. We haven't gotten a lot of utility lands.
Revitalize. No. Mesa Unicorn with lifelink. That's in my unicorn deck. Face Fetters. We've seen that guy before. Divine Arrow is back. Desperate Lunge. Brightmare. Angel of Vitality. That's pretty. It's pretty. Has flying. If you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. It gets +1 or gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. Angel of Mercy. Flying. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Ajani's Pridemate. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on it. Koala, Ajani's Pridemate. Whenever it attacks other attacking creatures you control, get +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of counters on Koala. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Koala. Pay 3 and a white, you gain 1 life. So this card's a lie. I was taught as a kid that Q is always followed by U. And it's just a QA. So that card's a lie. Hinterland Sanctifier. So this is the common that serves as the theme card image. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. So that's pretty solid. Speaker of the Heavens. Rare. Vigilance and lifelink. Tap to create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Activate only if you have at least 7 more life than your starting life total, and only as a sorcery. It's a 1-drop. For rare, that's pretty cool. So we've definitely only gotten common drops so far. We haven't gotten anything rare. We haven't gotten anything super exciting. We haven't got... Oh, this one's even like open on the side. You see that? Gotten no money makers so far. Stalwart. Is it bad? Like, do you ever like look at Magic cards and you hope for color and then you don't get the color and you're like, why aren't you that color?
You're like, boo.
Yeah.
I feel like we did really well with our first Jumpstart, and then we haven't done well since.
I think that was our best box opening ever. Take up the shield. Swift response. Steadfast sentry. Squad captain. I think this card will be very good in Mural. Vigilance. It enters with a 1/1 counter on it for each other creature you control. So can you imagine if I have an army of like 64 soldiers and then I just drop her in there?
And she's a soldier herself, and vigilance.
Sandstep Outcast. Patron of the Valiant. Angel. Gavany Silversmith. Angelic Cub. That one's appeared in other Jumpstarts before. Banishing Light. It's a good utility white card. Erdnan Dramoka Warrior. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Whenever you attack a target attacking creature with a 1/1 counter on it. Gains first strike until end of turn.
You got there.
No, I looked at it and I was like, wait, what? If that creature has 2 or more 1/1 counters on it, it gains double strike until end of turn instead. Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants. Mythic. +1, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. -2, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. -7. You get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step, create 3 1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. And Generous Pup, look at this cute little guy. Vigilance, whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Generous Pup, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. This ability triggers only once each turn. Would be good for Rin and Siri. Cause it's a pupper. It's a real pupper. Did you see her thinking I was speaking to her? I'm sorry.
That
girl.
wasn't even like close to any of the wake up words.
No. And then sometimes she's just like, you wanted me here, right? No, I did not. I did not summon you.
So we've had 4. No, sorry. We've had 4 green and 3 white.
We got another white.
Another white. So that's would be 4 white, 4 green, 4 white, 2 red, 2 blue, 1 black. I feel like black has a lot of the valuable cards, which is more rare.
It does. So does green.
I mean, Lotus Cobra is not cheap.
I think it's 250. But the next theme we got was Enchanted. Look at our pretty plains. Best part of Magic the Gathering are the lands.
Yeah, 250.
Called it.
It looks like the same. It's the same. So they didn't even do a different version of it for this set. It's
No.
the same version.
Because then they have to pay people. Sunblade Samurai. And that cuts into their profits. Spirited Companion. Indomitable Wall. Golden Tailed Disciple. I remember that from Kamigawa. Flutter Fox. As long as you control an artifact or enchantment, Flutter Fox has flying. Favored of Aroas. That's also a soldier. It has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, Favored of Aroas gains double strike until end of turn. Dreadful Apathy. He looks like he's just done with life.
He's apathetic.
Archon of Falling Stars. Flying. When it dies, you may return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Angelic Gift. Banishing Light is back. Smellia, Meletian Poet.
Smellia.
It's P-S-E-M-I-L-L-A. How do you Smella?
Smellia.
Whenever you cast your first enchantment spell each turn, create a 2/2 white nymph enchantment creature token at the beginning of each combat. If you control 5 or more enchantments, it gains +4/+4 and gains lifelink until end of turn.
It's okay for me not to be able to read. You are an English major. And these cards are in English.
Archon of Sun's Grace. Flying lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink Constellation. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying.
Oh, that would work well in Lakota's friend's Logan's deck because he makes all those Pegasi. What was that? That was white though, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was blue-white because I was suggesting that really annoying blue-white commander to him.
Oh, I think this might be red.
Could you hand me the thing?
Stoked. We're doing very bad in terms of monetary value. But that's what I've heard.
I have this. I have this in
Yeah, I have it in a bunch of
what's
things.
her name?
Kraven Ragna?
No. In Crud.
In Crud?
The Voltron deck I have. The one where she steals everybody's enchantments.
Oh. Brea? Not Brea.
No. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Young Pyromancer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
Oh.
Unleash Fury. Twinferno. That's going to be really great when I make Nira at one point.
Mira?
Nira.
Nira?
The
Oh, yeah,
wild
the
mage.
Spellslinger. Yeah.
Titan Strength. Royal Eruption. I don't have one of those yet. Arena Athlete. A Crowan Crusader.
Can you pay the kicker cost on a card if it's cast for free?
No?
I don't know. This is without paying its mana cost, but kicker is an additional cost.
That's true.
Oh.
Cleon, Mary Champion. That's like, she wants to be Christmas, but she's not quite Christmas.
She's like, I'm Christmas.
Double Strike. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Cleon, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until the end of your next turn. Scholar of Combustion. When it enters, exile up to one target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. You may cast that card until the end of next turn. Hearts of Fire. Mirror Wing Dragon. Mythic. Flying. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets it, that player copies that spell for each other creature they control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures.
That's a good effect.
Frontline Heroism. When it enters, create a 1/1 red soldier creature token with haste. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only... I don't want you touching my cards when you have booze over there.
It's empty.
Whenever you... give me a minute to read the card. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single creature you control, create a 1/1 red soldier creature token with haste. Then copy that spell. The copy targets that token. I don't know if this is worth anything. But we sleeved it, just in case. I was not stoked to receive that pack.
I mean, it's a decent effect. So, let's see.
We have Soaring again. Will they actually all be flyers, though? Let's find out. Winged Words. Waterkin Shaman. Warden of Evos Isle is back. Tide Skimmer is back. Serpentine Ambush. I don't think we got that one before. Night Evil Sprite. Looks pretty cool. Fairy Rogue. Whenever it attacks, surveil one and it has flying.
Wait,
Gust
whenever
of
it
wind.
attacks what?
Whenever it attacks, surveil one and it has flying. Aerial Guide in addition to Gust of Wind. Uncomfortable Chill. Ooh, this can go in my snow-themed deck.
Or
Creatures
Hilda.
your opponents control get -2/-0 until end of turn, and you draw a card. Sinette Jelly Drover is back. Starlight Snare. That's a card we've gotten the most often, along with Lana War Elves.
You're a Llanowar elf.
Wind Reader Sphinx. Flying. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. I think the most expensive card we've gotten so far is the Lotus Cobra and Dionys. We got more healers. I'm struggling with this one, guys. Like, the tab is like baked into the cards and I'm like scraping with my nails, but I'm sort of getting there. I don't have a lot of white decks. I feel like red is the color I have the least of, followed by white. Thriving Heath. Revitalize is back. Mesa Unicorn comes again. Face Fetters. Divine Arrow. Brightmare. Battlefield promotion. So it isn't the same as the previous one, thankfully. An Angel of Vitality, a Johnny's Primate, Koala makes a return, Hinterland Sanctifier. Can you make any more noise, Jeremy? Man. Rock's Faith Mender. I love it. My honorary thick unicorn. You remember him? My honorary thick unicorn? Lifelink.
This cup now has the dark chocolate liqueur with Grand Marnier. So we're going to do chocolate covered orange. See how it tastes.
If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead.
Is good. I'm handicapping myself for our match later.
This is my other favorite card. You love this one too. Felidar Sovereign gives you another win condition.
Oh yeah. That's in
Brennan Siri, I want to say.
Yeah.
And Lathiel. As Vigilance Lifelink at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. You remember him.
Which one's Lathiel?
I just read the card. Felidar Sovereign.
No, which one's Lathiel?
The unicorn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Big summer blowout.
Oh, a big summer blowout. Give me. Italian.
Snake. We might get the Gorgon lady.
Gorgon. It's a Gorgon.
I love the Gorgon lady.
Are you talking about Vraska?
No. Oh gosh. She's new. She gets like a bonus off like snakes and poison.
I'm new in town. I have snakes for hair. So we now have the most white.
Gorgon Flail.
A Gorgon.
Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch. Equipped 2. Vraska's Finisher. Venomous Hierophant. You could Cobra with Death Touch. Farika's Chosen. This is one of the cards I bought in Triplicate before I knew that Commander only had singles.
That was funny.
That wasn't funny. Knight's Whisper. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life.
She do be whispering.
Coat with Venom. Serpent Assassin. Killing Glare. Destroy a target creature with power X or less.
Oh.
Scourge of the Undercity. Gorgon Vampire Lifelink. When it enters, another target creature you control gains lifelink until end of turn. Hooded Blightfang. Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
This is what I'm talking about. Oh, I freaking love this card.
Is it anime?
It's anime. This is one of the more expensive cards in the set. Not the top one, but she's more expensive, and I would love to make a deck with her. She's a legendary Gorgon Assassin with Death Touch.
Shit. You said this is for this?
Ophelia Viper Whisperer.
$27.
Yeah, she's getting a sleeve. So just so we know, guys, I didn't mention it at the start. I bought this for like $90, but with like taxes and stuff, it came to like $98 and some change. So it's basically $100.
I'll double sleeve her into an actual sleeve.
Whenever it attacks, she has Death Touch. You may play 1 in a black or a green. I thought it was a green, but for like far away, it looked more blue.
It is a green. Yeah, I thought it was blue originally too.
Like I was looking at, I was like, I could have sworn she was green. Anyway, if you do create a 1/1 black snake creature token with Death Touch, pay 4 and a black until end of turn. Whenever 1 or more Gorgons and or snakes you control deal combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up.
Nuts. And that is the anime card.
I would absolutely love to make a deck with this commander. It'll be my 3rd Golgari deck, but I don't care.
That literally kills an opponent in the Asterion deck. Oh, it can't because it's green. But if you got anything that doubles the, what's the other one? Oh, Wound Reflection.
Yeah. So if I pair that with a Wound Reflection, when I make that deck,
it's a one-hit kill as long as something does damage.
We got another Elves.
If you can get 1 through to every player, you kill the pod with this and Wound Reflection. Good job. I think that just made it right there, that one.
I'm happy with that. I can die in peace now. Oh my god.
Your
why?
peaceful death was based on drawing a good card in Jumpstart.
Shush you.
Your headstone will say, "I drew the Viper Whisperer."
I can't get it like.
There's a lot of snakes out there too.
Yeah, I don't have that many left, but
I mean, they're dirt cheap though. You can get a whole bunch of like 1 and 2 cost.
yeah, I just like, gave Lakota a card that would have been good for that. I think it's Forest Boa and it has Island Walk.
River Boa.
River Boa. Might of the Masses. Kujar Seed Sculptor. So this is actually new. We haven't gotten this card. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Hunter's Edge. So this is a different iteration. High Rise Sawjack and the others. Dwynen's Elite. Bounty of Skempfar. Lana War Elves. Elvish Visionary. Dionys again. Dionys I think is like a $2 card. Razorgrass Invoker and Elvish Archdruid. So great, I got the card I needed, so I can really boost Lathril now. And I got my Gorgon. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1, and you can tap to add a green for each elf you control. I was like, what's the forest color? What's the forest color, Elaine? You know that one. It's your favorite color.
Green has caught up.
We're nearing the end here. I'm going to stack them. But now I'm sad it's empty. I know it's not really empty, but I'm sad still.
I'd be excited to make a deck around her. She'd be so easy to make. You just throw a bunch of Death Touch creatures in and snakes. Throw what's her Finn the Fangbearer.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of the snakes that have Infect and Death Touch. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Unleash Fury. Maybe that can be my Valentine's Day gift.
What?
Kind Strength. The best snake deck ever. We have a good chunk of the cards.
Yeah. I can make you a snake deck.
Roll Eruption.
I wonder how many Gorgons there are.
I can't think of many off the top of my head.
I mean, it's on there, so either there's got to be some support. Although I guess they have a snail-themed deck, and there's no snails, so...
Speaking of snail-themed, we have Worrell, and you never made him.
I really do need to make him.
Resistance Skywarden. Hero of the Games. Coordinated Assault. Arena Athlete. Kiln Fiend. Cleon Mary Champion is back. Hearts of Fire. And Death Horde Arcanist, Zombie Wizard, Rare, Trample. Whenever it attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to its power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If your spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead.
There actually are 25 Gorgon cards with in those two colors. There are 25 cards with the subtype Gorgon.
Interesting. Oh my god.
There's literally archetype of finality. Creatures you control have Death Touch. Oh, we have that. It's literally sitting on the table behind us. That card.
Treasures! Ooh, well, whatever. We're getting black, Jeremy. Black is a good color. It's not a me-coded color, but it's good. We got one of the artifact lands. We got Vault of Whispers.
Oh, nice.
Thriving Moor.
That is in Brea. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. Undercity Scrounger. Ruthless Knave. He is an orc pirate. Reassembling Skeleton, everyone's favorite boy. Powerstorm Fracture.
He a good boy. He can't die.
Pitiless Plunderer.
Pitiless Plunderer is a good card.
Came in Ixalan all the time. Fake Your Own Death. Dusk Mangler, Dire Fleet Hoarder,
270. It's a pretty good card.
Contract Killing, Shambling Ghast, Deadly Dispute. This is the anime card. Then Evereth, Viceroy of Plunder. She's really cool looking. She's a rare vampire soldier with flying. You can sack another creature or artifact to put a 1/1 counter on Evereth, Viceroy Plunder. If the sacrifice permanent was a treasure, Evereth gains lifelink until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. When she dies, you may pay 1 and a red or a black. When you do, Evereth deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. That's also anime, pretty sure.
The I was about to say that synergizes very well with Pitiless Plunderer, but it's a treasure deck, so yeah, it synergizes.
Evereth. I don't know how much Evereth is.
The one you just read?
Yeah. Here.
That one definitely is the anime card. I don't think the other one's the anime card. They just look like dudes.
Just like dudes. You must tell me how much Evereth is. Soaring. Flying. With a crab in it. I genuinely need someone from the Magic team to explain to me why a vanilla crab is in a soaring themed deck. After this, we only have 3 more packs. That's sad.
Wouldn't be bad in Markov.
No. The most expensive deck I ever made you and will ever make you.
The other one was the rats were pretty close. Yeah. But you can feel good because once I make it into a whirl whatever, the whirl ratter, it will be competitive.
Yeah, well.
It will be broken.
Like Magda was broken before they banned a bunch of cards.
It's still pretty good.
Winged Words. Yeah, Magda's really cool. I like her.
Like Magda was just, what was it? Dockside hurt, but Dockside literally was just an alternate win condition for her.
And Tide Skimmer, Opt. So this is a new version of Opt. Scribe 1, draw a card. Night Veil Sprite is back. Majestic Metamorphosis. Air Elemental.
866
for that card. Nice.
Market price $9.29.
So we've made $40. So basically half the box off of 2 cards.
And this was, I told you, like 270 something, Pitiless Plunderer. So I already sleeved it.
Fairy Seer, flying. When Fairy Seer enters, scry 2. Sinette is back.
That's probably the strongest one that we've pulled.
This?
The treasure one.
Starlight
Treasures
Snare.
are broken.
Stolen by the Fae. It's a rare. Return target creature with mana value X to its owner's hand. You create X 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. That's not bad. That would for Alila.
Yeah. Alila and Stitch.
Oh, I love Sprite Noble. She's fun. Flying. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. Tap other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0 until end of turns. Oh, +0/+1 is the first one. The other one's +1.
I'm noticing a distinct lack of burbs in the Sorin decks.
Sorin Markov.
And the Sorin shows doesn't it show a pterodactyl on it? What does it show? What's the image?
I don't know. It looks like a fallen Egyptian statue that can't get up. Look at it. No, show it to the. Doesn't it look like an Egyptian statue that can't get up?
Yeah. Okay. So I can see what you're saying. I think it's supposed to be looked at like this.
I mean, it should be one of the cards.
No,
we can
it should
flip
be looked
through
at
it.
like this.
The card that is the theme will be in there somewhere. Oh, we got another bloody.
It looks like a Egyptian crocodile thing, like a crocodile god. What's the Egyptian crocodile god?
You think I remember the Egyptian mythology?
Yeah, Lakota can't hear. Lakota would know.
Lakota knows all the things.
Oh, there it is. Aerial Guide. It's a drake. That's the card that it's based off of. So it's just upside down in the artwork, which is kind of irritating. That's irritating me more
we
and
got
more.
to the last 2.
Someone tell us in the chat. Are you monitoring the chat?
I am.
Someone tell us in the chat what the Egyptian god with the crocodile head is.
We've got Voldaren Epicure, Voldaren Duelist.
So out of the 4 out of the 4 blue decks that we got, 3 of them are Sorin.
Stolen Vitality. Oh, I hate that card.
Is that a man or a woman?
I'm pretty sure that's a man. You creepy freaking man.
It could be like an old. It looks like an old school marm.
Incorrigible use madness.
Yeah, for the school marm. That's what the incorrigible use. That's why she's so angry. No, you don't know. It could be a she. It's a school marm.
Madness 2 on a red.
If it's a man, then that is definitely like one of those pilgrim, like town leader people that has like the weird like frou-frou haircut thing.
You don't know this right now, but I'm putting my head in my hands and just like, I'm Picard asking for a damage report right now.
For the version, if we remember, for the version of this that goes on YouTube, we'll do the head slap next generation memes.
Flame Blessed Bolts. Falcon Wrath Celebrants.
That's a good one.
Blood Petal Celebrant.
Also a good one. It's in my deck.
Belligerent Guest.
That's also in my deck.
Abandoned Reason.
I don't
that
know
has a Madness card.
Madness? That can go in Angie.
Evora again.
That one looks interesting.
Yeah, we got her before.
Is that in
This one's
mine?
called Angie's Ravenger.
Oh my god, that could go in Angie.
Attacks each combat if able. When it attacks, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Madness.
What is the name of that deck?
Bloody.
Oh, that's bloody.
So we're at our last 2 packs, guys. We said we would each pick one and we can swap a thing in. I probably won't because I'm that kind of person, but do you want to be second to last or last?
Insatiable Air. Is that the anime card? Yeah, it's got the Japanese writing at the bottom, so probably.
Yeah.
That one's kind of cool.
I'm going to choose Jeremy is second to last.
No, I mean, I should choose the bloody one. So
Well,
what
I
was
mean-
second to last? Second to last was Sorin, right?
No. We have 2 more.
Oh.
So this one's yours, I've decided, because you took too long.
Was that bloody the same one as this one?
No, it's different.
It was close, though. It had a lot of the same cards.
Oh, Encounter. He's going to have... This is a reprinted Planeswalker.
Oh.
And he shows up in the... I think it was 2018 like World Series starter deck.
Oh.
And eventually we might explore that, but not today.
Oh.
But you get a green. Oh my god, are you gonna...
He's bad, though, isn't he?
I think out of the 2, he's not as good as the other one, but I think you'll like him. He's very rampy.
I do like ramp.
I'm allergic to ramp.
Wow, not handicap capable.
Snakeskin Veil.
Elaine is not handicap friendly.
Servant of the Scale.
That's gonna be the tagline of this episode. Is gonna be Elaine hates handicap people, just like the Kineticon review for Miguel was. What that was.
Jiang Yangu Wildcrafter. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has tap to add 1 mana of any color, and -1 is put a 1/1 counter on target creature.
Ooh, that would be good in Volo. Anything with Master Chef, it would be good in.
Greenwood Sentinel. Dusk Shell Crawler. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has trample.
It's a bug.
It's an
Also would be
insect.
good in Volo.
Deepwood Denizen has Vigilance. If you pay 5 and a green, you can tap it to draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each 1/1 counter on creatures you control. Enoch Artillerist. It's a dog archer. It's a darcher.
A Darcher. Guys should tell us in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or I mean, I guess you'd be streaming on YouTube too, or in the chat. Let us know. We built 4 decks for Lakota for Christmas as his Christmas presents, and they were all Baldur's Gate themed. So what were they? They were Astarion. They were Raphael,
Volo with
Master Chef,
and then
the
Arenas?
Arenas Gloomstalker.
with Scion of Halaster.
Yep. And we tried to make them fairly well balanced against each other. We've had a good match at least when we tested them out. Let us know if you want to see us play those decks against each other.
Yeah. We'll probably do it anyway.
Baldur's Gate special. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you guys say you want it. We'll do it anyway. But say you want it because it's good for the algorithm.
Aggressive Instinct. Biogenic Upgrade. That is a creepy looking card. I'm going to hide that under Mowu Loyal Companion. Vigilance Trample. If one or more 1/1 counters would be put on Mowu Loyal Champion, or Companion rather, that many plus 1/1 counters are put on it instead.
Also good in Volo with MasterChef.
Spined Tyrannix. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and a green. When you do put a 1/1 counter on target creature, that creature gains trample until end of turn.
Guess what? Also good in Volo.
Forgotten Ancient, an elemental. Whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a 1/1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may move any number of 1/1 counters from it onto other creatures.
Was this the one that I got to swap out for?
Yep.
Oh.
Last pack of the night.
These are pretty cool. Oh, the biogenic upgrade one is cool with the freaking, what is that? It's like a shark crab crocodile. Are they throwing them into a pit and combining them?
Last one is Black Grave Robbers. I'm sad. I don't like when we get to the end of the box. We have no more potential, no more possibilities.
Just keep opening packs forever and ever and ever.
I don't think my wallet would appreciate that.
My wallet already didn't appreciate it.
You didn't buy this.
No, not this one, but listen, Magic is very expensive. And then last year, Lakota's like, "Hey, I want to get into Warhammer," and I'm like, "I can't afford for you to get into Warhammer."
we can't afford
You can either do Warhammer or Magic. It's one or the other.
Wailing Ghoul. At least Magic, we have stuff, so we can.
Yeah.
You know, there's murder.
This cardboard crack and then this plastic crack.
Gravedigger.
Sniffing that Warhammer paint.
Oh, he's really hot. Graveblade Marauder. Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
Death Touch. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. That would be actually decent synergy for the Gorgon.
The Gorgon. Well, that's not the one you get to blend it with. You get to blend it with either
strength.
clerics or armed.
Gorging Vulture.
I mean, I guess you could just go mono black.
Eye Collector. When it deals combat damage to a player, each player mills a card.
You got some pair of eyes. Can I have them?
I hate you sometimes. Diregraph Scavenger. Deal Gone Bad. Eternal Taskmaster. So he was the guy on the cover. Enters tapped. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 2 and a black. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Enters tapped. Gross.
Revoke Demise. Gorex the Tomb Shell.
Ooh, a zombie turtle.
Costs 8 in all. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may exile any number of creature cards from your graveyard. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled. This way, it has Death Touch. Whenever it attacks or dies, choose a card at random exiled with Gorex and put that card into its owner's hand. I wonder how much he is.
Let's find out. What's it called?
Gorex.
Gorlax.
Gorex.
Tomb Shell. Is it the anime one?
No.
Does it have Japanese writing at the bottom?
Yes.
It's the anime version. It's 11 cents.
Yay.
It's an interesting little dude. I mean, a big dude. He's got a lot of zombies.
Big old dude.
All right. So we're pretty much set up to play. I just need to futz around with the position of the screens. Do you want to swap out?
No, I think I'll just stay. And we will set up a life tracker. I'll get something to drink so I don't cough in your faces again. I do need to buy some cough drops. Great reminder. And then we will face off and we'll see who the master of Jumpstart is, give some final thoughts on this set in comparison to the others we've opened, and have a grand old time.
Yeah, we gon' be back in a minute.